Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. This Laura Loomer, I don't know if you know anything about her, but I mean, this is, yeah, I mean, I want to go through the list of conspiracy theorists, but we thought this would be a good week to get the audience to know her a little better.
Fantastic woman, a true patriot, Laura Loomer. Laura, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Ever wonder what happens when a comedian walks into a courtroom? Bill Maher's about to find out, thanks to Laura Loomer's $150 million lawsuit. But hold up, can you really sue someone for telling a joke? We're diving into the wild world where comedy meets the law, and trust me, it's more twisted than Trump's toupee in a windstorm.
Fantastic woman, a true patriot, Laura Loomer. Laura, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Every damn day we see another story about illegal aliens going to the Ritz-Carlton, illegal aliens getting free flights, illegal aliens getting free clothes and free cell phones, and someone's going to snap. Kamala Harris gets elected as president of the United States. We are going to have an Islamic caliphate in this country.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Well, folks, it looks like Bill Maher's been stirring up trouble again with his motor mouth. This time, he's got Laura Loomer all riled up like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. So what's the deal? Picture this. Maher's doing his usual Trump roast on his HBO show, probably feeling pretty smug about his zingers. Then he spots Laura Loomer in the crowd. Now, Maher being Maher, he just couldn't help himself. He had to take a swing at her.
As a child, I had 2 of my Bratz dolls deported. My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn jockeys. People think I'm all in on Trump, but some of the voices in my head like Jill Stein. I think Michael Jackson faked the moonwalking.
So what does he do? He cracks a joke about Trump only dating Loomer if she was his daughter. Yeesh, talk about hitting below the belt. The audience went absolutely bananas, laughing like they'd just seen Trump trying to use chopsticks at a fancy sushi restaurant. But guess who wasn't laughing? You got it, Laura Loomer herself. She got madder than Trump when someone tells him his tie is crooked. Before you could say Twitter fingers, Loomer was firing off social media posts left and right. Now, here's where it gets really juicy. Loomer didn't just brush it off like dandruff from Trump's shoulder. Oh no, she went full-on nuclear. She called Maher's joke disgusting and accused him of defamation. According to Loomer, Maher was tossing around defamation like confetti at a MAGA parade. Now that's an image.
This Laura Loomer, I don't know if you know anything about her, but I mean, this is, yeah, I mean, I want to go through the list of conspiracy theorists, but we thought this would be a good week to get the audience to know her a little better. My biggest fear is immigrants taking my job as a right-wing hate monger. I don't hate all brown people, just the brown ones. For example, my spirit animal was eaten by Haitians.
But wait, there's more. The internet, being the wonderful dumpster fire that it is, couldn't resist joining in on the fun. Before you knew it, memes were popping up faster than Trump's lies at a press conference. My personal favorite, a meme showing Maher as Superman and Loomer as a crying baby. I mean, come on, that's comedy gold right there. Now, you might be thinking, surely Maher's people have something to say about all this hullabaloo. Well, you'd be wrong. They're keeping quieter than Trump at a spelling bee. But that hasn't stopped everyone else from yapping about it. This whole kerfuffle has got people talking about where we draw the line with comedy. Is anything fair game? Should comedians watch their mouths? Or should folks like Loomer grow a thicker skin? Well, folks, it looks like Laura Loomer's gone from professional angry person to amateur lawyer faster than Trump can say fake news. She's suing Bill Maher for a whopping $150 million. That's right, Loomer's not just mad, she's I'm gonna buy my own private island mad.
Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. All the stars do it. Tim Gunn has done it. You have his, he'll be out here in a minute, and I did it.
It's practically a rite of passage. You have mine, there you go. In Slovenia, I was a catalog model, which is what you call a model you order out of a catalog. I have no first language. I hope I inspire little girls everywhere to marry for money.
But here's where it gets as messy as Trump's tax returns. Legal experts are looking at this case like it's a bad joke itself. They're saying Loomer's got about as much chance of winning as Trump has of growing a full head of natural hair. Ouch. In the world of lawsuits and hurt feelings, Loomer's gotta prove Maher knew what he was saying wasn't true. That's like trying to prove Trump actually reads his briefings. Pretty darn impossible when you're dealing with comedy. You see, jokes are like Trump's promises. They're not meant to be taken seriously. Let's break it down for you. To win this defamation case, Loomer needs to show that Maher knew his joke was false. But here's the kicker. In comedy, everything's exaggerated. It's like Trump's ego, but funnier. So proving that a comedian knew their joke was false, that's about as easy as getting Trump to admit he lost the election. But wait, there's more. Loomer also has to prove that Maher's joke actually hurt her reputation.
I copied this list from Michelle Obama. Sometimes when I bounce light off my diamond, Donald's hair will chase it like a cat. I wish I knew why I have a recurring dream I'm pinned beneath a giant orange sack of shit. And if I could tell my younger self just one thing, it would be this. If you catch a leprechaun and he gives you one wish, be more specific.
Now that's trickier than explaining the nuclear triad to Trump. How do you measure damage to a reputation that's already more controversial than Trump's hair? It's like trying to sink a ship that's already at the bottom of the ocean. And get this, Loomer's not the first person to try and sue a comedian for telling a joke. It's happened before, and guess what? The courts usually side with the comedians. It's like they believe in this crazy thing called free speech or something. Who knew? Well, folks, it looks like we've stumbled into the wild world of comedy and lawsuits, where the punchlines pack more punch than the legal arguments. Who knew that telling jokes could be such a risky business? It's like walking a tightrope, but instead of a safety net, there's just a bunch of angry lawyers waiting to catch you. But here's the kicker. All this legal drama might actually be making comedians think twice before dropping their next zinger. It's like they're playing a game of don't wake the lawyer instead of don't wake daddy. And let's be honest, nobody wants to live in a world where comedians are too scared to make fun of politicians.
Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned. We have a child? Now, I know I'm probably dreaming and Melania isn't going to do any of this, but what if she had someone to do it with? Divorce is always easier in pairs. What if you had a buddy, Melania? Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. And you two have a lot in common. Your husbands are ruining the world.
That's like taking away a fish's ability to swim, or Trump's ability to tweet nonsense at 3 a.m. So next time you hear a joke that makes you want to call your attorney, maybe try chuckling instead of suing. After all, laughter is the best medicine. Unless you're Laura Loomer, then apparently it's frivolous lawsuits and a whole lot of internet drama. Stay funny, folks.